students, welcome to my class Chemistry Gurukul. Students, today in our class we will discuss about nomenclature of organic compounds. Okay, in previous classes you have already studied about some of the rules how to name the organic compounds, because your concept regarding homologous series and functional groups, this you are knowing. Okay, so by proceeding further, I will explain you that broadly organic compounds are classified into two groups, that is aliphatic organic compounds and aromatic organic compounds. And aliphatic organic compounds are also further divided into two categories, that is saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbons. Unsaturated hydrocarbons are those which are having double and triple bonds between carbon-carbon atoms, and saturated are those which are having single bond between carbon and carbon atoms. So children, today I am going to discuss with you in this video regarding the rules for nomenclature of branched chain saturated hydrocarbons. Okay, we will start with saturated hydrocarbons, and before doing this I will explain you that two types of nomenclatures are there when we do nomenclature of organic compounds. First one is trivial naming or common naming. Second is IUPAC naming. Okay, so here we will discuss about IUPAC naming, which is more preferred. However, common naming is also important. So according to IUPAC naming, three terms you have to remember, that is prefix, word root and suffix. Okay, now prefix means those terms which will be used before writing the word root, and suffix are added later on. Okay, now rule number 1, you have to select the longest continuous chain of carbon atoms in the molecule. It is regarded as the parent or root chain, and it gives the name of the parent hydrocarbon. It may be noted that the longest chain may or may not be straight, but it must be continuous. For example, here one structure is given that, see, it contains total number of 9 carbon atoms. However, in the second figure you could see it contains 8 number of carbon atoms if we select the chain. So the first one is correct because it contains 9 carbon atoms, means it has the longest chain. So we have to. Another example similarly we can take of the second structure which is shown to you. In this structure you could see that two structures are given in which one is having 6 carbon atoms. However, in another structure it is having 5 carbon atoms. Okay, so we have to select the longest one. So the first one is correct chain. Similarly, in the third figure you could see that the first one has 6 carbon atoms in the chain. However, in the second structure you could see it contains 7 carbon atoms, which is the correct selection. Now, if two different chains of equal length are possible, the chain with maximum number of side chains or alkyl groups is selected. You can easily understand by the following example. Now here we can see that it is having in the same example you could see that two different modes of chains has been selected, but the first one is not correct because longest chain only have 3 substituents. However, in the second chain you could see it is correct structure because longest chain with 4 substituents are there. So we have to remember that we have to select the maximum number of side chains or alkyl groups should be there while you are selecting the longest chain. You have to keep this thing in your mind. I hope you have understood. Now, second rule, we will discuss about the second rule, that is the position of the substituent. Okay, number of carbon atoms of the parent chain 3 etc. starting from the end, which gives lower number to the carbon atoms carrying the substituent. In the following example, you could see that when 5 carbon atoms are there, if we have to give number to the compound, then we will do numbering from where the X or the substituent is attached. Okay, so here in this figure you could see that the first structure is correct while the second one is wrong. Now you have to note one thing, that it must be remembered that the numbers are separated from the groups by hyphens and there is no break between the substituent and alkane names. Okay, you can understand it by the following example I have given here. That is, first one you could see that its name is 2-methyl pentane and second 3-ethyl hexane. You could see third rule is regarding lowest set of locants. Now what is locants here? Locants means the position of that substituent where it is attached to the carbon atom. So when two or more substituents are present, then end of the parent chain, which gives the lowest set of the locants, is preferred for numbering this rule, and this rule is called as lowest set of locants. And children, this rule is used irrespective of the nature of the substituent. Means you will not keep it in your mind regarding the nature of the substituent. Only you have to consider the number. Means you have to consider the set of locants. Wherever it is lowest, you will prefer it. Okay. Now understand with these two examples. In these two examples, you could see in the first example, structure means both the structures are same. You have to select the chain. Okay, so in the first structure, if I select the linear chain, we could see that if the numbering is done from left hand side, you could see number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the set of locants is 2, 3 and 5, which is correct here. However, in the second set, you could see the set of locants is 2, 4 and 5. Now why it is wrong? Because here the first set is same, that is 2 and 2. However, in the second set we can see that the in first figure we have seen that it is 3, however in second it is 4. So we will always consider the lowest number. So here the 3 will be considered. Okay, so it has to be noted here. First locant is same, but difference is within the second locant. That's why first structure is correct. Now you can take another example also here. This figure is same. It contains maximum 10 number of carbon atoms. In the first structure you could see the set of locants is 2, 7 and 8. Now what is here 2, 7 and 8 means? It is indicating the presence of the branched chain, means methyl group is attached to second position, 7th position and 8th position. Okay, however in the second structure you could see that the methyl group is present at 3, 4 and 9th position, which is wrong, because we have to see and prefer the lowest set of locants. I hope you have understood. Now dear children, you have to note one thing in your mind, that in earlier days the numbering of the parent chain containing 2 or more substituents in such a way that sum of the locants is the lowest. This rule is called lowest sum rule. For example, the carbon chain of alkanes given below should be numbered as indicated in the structures A and not according to the structure B. In the example you could see here that the structure is same, but while selecting the chain, okay, the sum of locants in the first structure, that is it is 3 plus 4, so it is 7. However, in the second structure you could see the sum of locants is 4 plus 5, means at 4th position ethyl group is attached and 5th position methyl group is attached. So when it was added, it came out to be 9. So in earlier days they used to do this method, But according to the latest IUPAC system of nomenclature, the lowest set of locants is preferred even if it violates the lowest sum rule. Always remember this is very important point. Okay, so I will explain you by giving one example here. I have given in the notes that you could see here in this structure CH3, CH2, CH, CH, CH2, 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 CH, CH3 means total 10 carbon atoms are there, and methyl groups are attached at 2nd, 7th and 8th position. So the set of locants will be 278 and their sum will be 17. However, in structure B, you could see the methyl groups are attached at 3, 4 and 9 position and their sum comes out to be 16. But still the structure, or you can say the naming, will be preferred according to the structure A. Still, however, the total sum is more than the second structure, but still it is preferred. So always remember that you have to emphasize or consider only lowest locant rule in spite of lowest sum rule. Okay, I hope you have understood this. Now next, fourth rule. Fourth rule is presence of more than one same substituent. Children, if the same substituent or side chain occurs more than once, the prefixes di for 2, tri for 3, tetra for 4, penta for 5, hexa for 6, etc. are attached to the names of the substituents. Okay. Now it may be noted that the positions of the substituents are indicated separately and the numerals representing their positions by commas. You could see here in the figure or example that the first structure is having 2,2-dimethyl propane. Okay, if see here more than 2 substituents are present, that's why it is dimethyl propane. In the second structure, you could see at the second position and fourth position methyls are attached, so the name will be 2,4 hyphen dimethyl pentane. I hope you have understood this. Fifth point, that is the fifth rule which we have to follow. Naming different substituents. Children, if 2 or more different substituents or side chains are present in the molecule, they are named in the alphabetical order along with their appropriate positions. It must be remembered that the prefixes di, tri, etc. are ignored while comparing the substituents. Okay. Here are some examples. You could see here that ethyl group is attached at third position, and second position one methyl is attached, and at third position also one methyl is attached. So the name of this compound will be 3-ethyl 2,3-dimethyl pentane, because 5 carbon atoms are present in the longest chain. So the word root will be pentane here, and these are the substituents, that is ethyl and methyl. So the name will be 3-ethyl 2,3-dimethyl pentane. It is very easy to remember. Okay, you have to just keep it in your mind, all the rules. Follow the rules. There will not be any problem while writing the names. Okay, in second structure you could see that at third position ethyl is attached. See children, here why I have written ethyl first, because according to this rule you have to follow alphabetical order in spite of di, tri or tetra. Okay, you have to ignore here di, tri and tetra substituents, and you have to remember that E comes before M, means methyl starts with alphabet M and ethyl starts with E. So you will always write E first, then you will write about methyl. However, methyl is 2 methyls are there, still you will write it like this: 3-ethyl 4,4-dimethyl heptane. Why heptane? Because 7 carbon atoms are there in the longest chain. Okay, I hope you have understood. And the last example is 3-ethyl 2,2,3 trimethyl hexane, because in the longest selected chain 6 carbon atoms are present and ethyl is attached at third position and methyls are attached at 2, 2 and 3 positions. So the name will be likely to be 3-ethyl 2,2,3 trimethyl hexane. In this video children, I have already explained you 5 points. Still 3 points are left, and the rest points I will discuss with you in my next video. Thanks for watching.